All right, let's talk about VCR. Look, we all have this incredible value we bring to the table, right? But here's the problem. If you can't actually name it, you can't really use it. So today, we're going to fix that. We've got a super simple formula that will help you see, say, and actually use your unique value. So, let me just ask you straight up, what is your real value? Seriously, take a second and think about it. If someone walked up to you right now and asked what you bring to a project, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For most of us, the answer is probably our job title, right? I'm a designer or I'm an engineer. But your true worth, that unique thing that only you can bring to the table, well, that goes way, way deeper. And that's why we need a totally new way to think about it. Okay, so let's dive into that new framework. The whole idea is built around something called collaboration currency. And it's actually pretty simple. It's all that inherent value you already have. It's just kind of sitting there, waiting for you to see it and put it to work. The best part? This isn't about building something new from scratch. Nope. It's about uncovering what's already there. So how do you actually measure this currency? Well, the formula is so simple, it's beautiful. It's just VCR. Yeah, VCR. It stands for vision, capability, and reach. These three things, they're the core buckets where value shows up in literally every person, every organization. So let's break each one down, shall we? All right, first up, V is for vision. Now, this is the real starting point for creating any kind of value. And look, it's not just about having some big pie-in-the-sky ideas. It's much more fundamental than that. It's really about how you see the world, how you interpret what's going on around you. So, if we were to get a little formal about it, vision is your ability to spot opportunities and really imagine a different future, and to do it with real clarity and depth. Think of it this way. It's about what you notice when everyone else is looking at the same thing but missing it. It's how clearly you can paint that picture of what's possible. But here's the thing. Vision isn't just one thing. It's not one size fits all. It actually breaks down into 4 different levels. So you've got black and white, which is like sensing that very first kind of fuzzy signal. Then there's color, where you start to see a few different paths forward. Next step is HD, where the details start to pop. You can see the actual steps. And finally, you get to 3D vision. That's when you see the whole system, all the ripple effects. As I'm going through these, try to think, which one of these feels most like you? Okay, that brings us to the C in VCR, capability. Because let's be real, vision is absolutely crucial, but a vision without the ability to execute, it's just a dream. So this is where we get down to brass tacks. This is all about what you can actually deliver. And here's a really important point. Capability isn't just one single thing. It's more like a composite score. It's made up of 3 key ingredients: your ability, your capacity, and your cash. You can almost think of it like a 3-legged stool, right? If one leg is wobbly or missing, the whole thing is unstable. You really need all 3 to have solid deliverable value. So let's break that down a bit more. Ability. That's pretty straightforward. That's your skills, your expertise, what you can do. Then you've got capacity. This is all about your bandwidth. Do you have the time, the team, the headspace to actually get the work done? And finally, there's cash. This is your financial runway, the resources you have to make things happen. It's when you bring all 3 of those together, that's when you have true capability. And this really hits the nail on the head. Look, just having the ability, the skill, that's great. It means you can say, yeah, I can do that. But having real capability, that means you can look someone in the eye and say, I can do that, and I can actually deliver it. That little and right there, that changes everything. It's the difference between a promise and a result. All right, last but not least, let's talk about the R, reach. Because you could have an amazing vision and incredible capability, but at the end of the day, your value gets amplified through other people. Reach is all about your network, your relationships, your influence, who you know and who knows you. So, what exactly is reach? Well, it's basically all the people, the networks, and the influence you have that can open doors and create new opportunities. And I want to be really clear here, this isn't just a numbers game. It's not about how many followers you have. It's about the depth and quality of those relationships. And just like with vision, reach isn't just one thing. It has levels. Think of it as a progression. First, you have eyes. These are the people who just know you exist, they're aware of you. Then you move up to minds. These are people who actually respect you. They value your credibility. After that comes hearts. These are the people who truly trust you, the ones who are loyal. And then the deepest level of all is DNA. This is when your influence is so deep, it's just part of how they think and operate. It's embedded. So there you have it. That's the whole VCR framework: vision, capability, and reach. Now, the next step is probably the most important one. And it's not about going out and building something new. No, it's about taking a step back and just taking inventory. It's about finally putting a name to the value that is already true about you right now. So I want you to take a second and really think about these 3 questions. First, what type of vision do you naturally have? Are you the black and white person who spots the early signal, or are you more 3D, seeing the whole system? Second, what capability can you honestly truly deliver right now? Your skills, your time, your resources, what's the total package? And finally, what's your unique reach? Who do you know? What doors can you open that maybe others can't? And hey, don't overthink this. Just start putting some words to it. And really, that's the whole point. This collaboration currency, it's not something you just sit around and wait for. It's something you activate. By getting clear on your vision, your capability, and your reach, you finally have a powerful, simple way to talk about your value. So I'll leave you with this one last question, and it's a big one. Now that you can name your value, who is the first person that needs to hear about it?